What happens when your systematic attempt to secure a functional, continent-spanning power base traps you inside a high-stakes, system-driven cultivation matrix under the tight surveillance of an aggressive, divine hegemony, and your only hope of survival is to maintain a strict, hyper-vigilant personal defense strategy before an encroaching shadow threat permanently dismantles your biological boundaries? In this breathlessly paced, high-stakes progression noir and dark fantasy thriller masterpiece of absolute structural irony, territorial paranoia, and heavy administrative friction, the traditional boundaries of standard Shania-inspired fiction shatter under an avalanche of pure mana investment calculations and hyper-vigilant combat defense mechanics. The narrative follows an independent, highly analytical protagonist whose structured essence manipulation reality hits a sudden logistical wall as he maneuvers through the lethal politics of the high-caste immortal sects. Driven by a raw survival instinct to safeguard his cognitive autonomy, secure high-friction asset protection, and avoid total submission to predatory administrative framing from an unseen web of elite board members and ruthless continental predators, he constructs a desperate, hyper-vigilant plan of strategic defense. The true brilliance of this fast-paced investigative war playbook summary lies in Dontigney's exceptional mastery of mass-scale situational claustrophobia, localized combat coordination grids, and agonizing forced proximity physical friction. As the primary targets navigate their high-pressure compromise behind closed integration rooms and heavily secured territory borders, his standard defensive armor completely melts into an elite, terrifying game of pure physical and mental survival against competitors tracking his every breakthrough in power manipulation. Every clandestine encounter, secure perimeter scanner sweep of the inner sanctum boundary, and localized territory boundary transaction inside the unintended cultivator theater becomes a minefield of potential exposure, exposing deep institutional exploitation, historic generational blood debts, and a toxic inner circle of hidden administrative predators protecting their own dark, lucrative agendas. Trapped in close quarters with an incoming alpha threat who actively monitors his combat submission to shield his own private target control from a tightening trap, the protector's unhinged, own the core and eliminate the threat protective instincts flare back to life, forcing a final high-pressure alliance where a single mismanaged essence scaling calculation or broken tactical trust means the absolute execution of their final defenses. For hard-boiled relationship procedurals, dark high fantasy mechanics, and fiercely resilient